This is your presentation on primary and secondary sources and why is it important to know the difference. The website is listed below if you want to check it out and find more information. Primary sources are immediate first-hand accounts of a topic from people who had a direct connection with it. Primary sources can include text of laws and other original documents, newspaper reports by reporters who witnessed an event or who quoted people who did, speeches, diaries, letters, and interviews, what the people involved said or wrote, original research, data sets, survey data, such as a census or economic statistics, photographs, video, or audio that capture an event. Secondary sources are one step removed from primary sources. Though they often quote or otherwise use primary sources, they can cover the same topic but add a layer of interpretation and analysis. Secondary sources can include most books about a topic, analysis or interpretation of data, scholarly or other articles about a topic, especially by people not directly involved, documentaries, though they often include photos or video portions that can be considered primary sources. When is a primary source a secondary source? This is when it gets confusing, guys, so let me try to explain it to you. Whether something is a primary or secondary source often depends upon the topic and its use. A biology textbook would be considered a secondary source if in the field of biology, since it describes and interprets the science but makes no original contribution to it. So, what a textbook is, it's just a conglomeration of other primary sources, but then that makes it a secondary source because it's not directly telling you about what happened by people who were actually there. Now, on the other hand, if a topic is science education and the history of textbooks, textbooks can be used as a primary source to look at how they have changed over time. So now you're comparing your textbooks, which are the primary sources, because now you want to look at how they have changed and evolved. Got it? Okay. Hope you do. Now, here are some examples of primary and secondary sources. Primary sources being artwork, diaries, interviews, letters, performances, poetry, autobiographies, and treaties. Now, secondary, an article critiquing the piece of art, a book about specific subject, biographies, a dissertation, a review of a play, treatise on a particular genre of poetry, essay on a treaty. Because remember, your secondary source isn't when someone who is actually there or observed it themselves is telling you the story. So the examples, you'll write down your answers and I'll post an announcement later today with the answers. So primary or secondary source. Pause the video so you can read them all and answer them. Pause the video so you can answer these questions. Pause the video. This concludes the presentation on primary and secondary sources. Good luck!